Hi everyone, it's Liz, the Frugal Libertarian from frugallibertarian.com, and today I actually have a beauty related video really quick for you. My son is hanging out with me, the dog is hanging out too. They're both being, I know, they're both being attention hogs. I am a person who really likes beauty stuff and hair stuff. I have almost no skills when it comes to beauty and hair, and I'm trying to improve them. And I've been watching a lot of videos by so-called beauty gurus with their recommendations for different products and their tutorials and walkthroughs and reviews of this and reviews of that. And there were a couple of videos that I was watching, and it occurred to me that I had two dupes for some of the accessories they were using, the makeup tool accessories, you can call them. The two dupes that I have, one is free and the other one is from Dollar Tree. Neither of them, I believe, has ever been intended to be used for the purpose for which I'm going to suggest you try using them. But the point is that they actually work this way, and the actual, to buy what I'm using them for, the prices for those items are actually really, really high. So having something from the dollar store and something that technically is free, that's awesome. Alright, so the first one is a dollar store dupe. A lot of the videos I've seen show beauty gurus using these glass palettes, like little squares of glass or little squares or circles of mirror that have been made for you to take foundation onto them and then kind of use that to get all the foundation onto your brush or onto your sponge. Now, I watched a few videos of a very specific L'Oreal foundation that just came out. I watched a couple of reviews, and I saw people using these palettes and suggesting, oh, well, you know, you can use whatever flat surface you have on hand kind of thing. And then I realized I had something that was pretty much identical sitting in my house that had no purpose as of yet, and that was, and this is going to totally reflect back, it is a glass mirror, beveled edged mirror that I got at Dollar Tree, and these are actually in the floral arrangement and vase area. I got it because I was in charge of doing the centerpieces for my parents' 50th wedding anniversary, and I bought it as part of a like trial run sample of a centerpiece, but I ended up not going with that centerpiece. So I had just the one mirror and literally nothing to do with it, so it's just been sitting there. And so I watched these beauty gurus do this, and so they take the mirror, wow, my eye, they take the mirror and then they take like that and get the foundation, like they smear the foundation on, and then they take a sponge which has a flat edge and they do this, and then they go and pat it on. And I looked up the prices for actual glass mirror, well, glass or mirror palettes is I believe what they're called, makeup palettes, and they were like $25, $35, $45 a piece. Sometimes they come with like a little spatula, but you can get a little tiny cheap plastic spatula pretty much any beauty supply store, basically by going to the dollar store and getting one of these mirrors. And they had other shapes. I just had gotten a circle because that was what was working for that centerpiece at the time, but they have other shapes as well. So if you don't like circle, if you don't like it being round, if you want a solid edge, they have squares, they have other things, but they're all beveled as well, which is kind of nice. But it does the exact same job, and it's $1. So I would recommend, if you're one of the people who's watching these videos and kind of looking at the prices and going, this is completely out of my budget, head on over to Dollar Tree, go over to the vase and fake flower arrangement area and grab one of these beveled mirrors, because it does the same thing. The second dupe is from the brand Veramona. This is, I think, the only item I actually own from them, which is, they call it an eyeshadow and the color is Clover. I got it from Ipsy. I have not used it as an eyeshadow because it's way too peach and kind of makes my face look sick. I've used it as a blush instead, so that's why I still have it. They created a thing that's a sponge, and they call it Color Switch. You basically take your makeup brush and you put it onto it and you just kind of do this, and all the powder comes off of the brush, so then you can switch colors. So you don't have to keep grabbing a different brush for each different color you're using. You can actually go from a super dark color to a super light color without having to clean the brush or switch brushes. So I watched a couple of reviews of this product. The least expensive one I saw is an individual little round tin. The cheapest price I saw was $17 for this thing. And it looks so cool that it's like, I want to try it, but it's so expensive. So otherwise it comes in an eyeshadow palette. It's kind of like the top hinge door, and then there's eyeshadows, so you can go from one to the other. That palette was actually, I want to say $25-ish, and I'm going, there's no way I'm spending that much money on eyeshadow. It's just not in the budget. But while I was watching these reviews of Color Switch, I realized that Color Switch sponge looks really familiar. And then I realized where I'd seen it before. Birchbox. In the last, I want to say 6 months or so, Birchbox went from sending your box, all the items inside of your box in tissue paper, wrapped in tissue paper, to placing them in with this piece of a foam sponge. This foam sponge, which comes in your Birchbox, free in your Birchbox, does the exact same job as the Veromona Color Switch sponge. It's exactly the same. You can see I actually tested it, and it does the exact same job. Any brush, and I mean any, you can use this on your blush brush, you can use this on a powder brush, you can use it on any brush. You just kind of lay it there and you go like this, and the powder just comes right off of it. It's amazing. And I'm not paying $17 to $20 something to get it. It comes free in my Birchbox. Now, yes, the Birchbox is a $10 a month subscription. Technically, you could, if you weren't already a Birchbox subscriber, you could subscribe, do it for 1 month, hold on to the sponge, and you will have still spent less money than you would have buying it from Veromona. Plus you'd get samples with it, and then you could cancel the subscription and that would be it, and it would have been $10. The other thing I was thinking about is, like, I get Birchbox, I have a couple other friends who get Birchbox. They've been sending a new one every single month in my box. So if you have friends that you know use Birchbox, ask them if they can give you the sponge from inside the box next month. That way you don't have to spend anything and you can still get it. If you're already a subscriber to Birchbox, you're getting it free in your box already. Give it a try. I think you're going to be really shocked and surprised. It does the identical thing. Identical. What made me think of it, I actually have to give a shout out to Tati Westwood. Her channel is Tati. She does a ton of videos on beauty. She's what does she call herself? The Glam Life Guru. She does exclusively beauty stuff. She was doing a review of the Veromona Color Switch eyeshadow palette, and she pulled the sponge out and showed it to you and said, oh, you know, this is one of those I wish I'd thought of it moments. And when she pulled it out and I saw how thin it was and I saw the color, I went, light bulb, that's the Birchbox box sponge. And then I tried it and went, I cannot believe that actually worked. So those are my two dupes that are either really, really cheap, or in my case for Birchbox, this was free because it came with my samples. Even if you're buying, it's still cheaper. So kind of there are ways around it. If I find other items that are dupes, I will do videos on them, but I am not, you're not going to see me do tutorials. I am not the greatest person with makeup and hair. I just enjoy it. I'm not good at it. So you're not going to see me sitting here like, this is how you apply that. I'm not starting that. So I am Liz, the Frugal Libertarian from frugallibertarian.com. If you haven't already done so, please click subscribe. I do videos on politics, I do videos on family, I do videos on frugality, I do store hauls, I do unboxings. So I've got some fun stuff going on. If you liked this, if I see other things that kind of my light bulb goes off and goes, oh my gosh, that's a dupe for that and I can get it super cheap, I'll make another video of it. But I hope you enjoyed this and I hope this makes your makeup application a little more fun. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.